Hey guys, welcome back to our channel Stalk My Closet. If you haven't subscribed our channel yet, then do hit the subscribe button and also click the bell icon to get the new video notification. और अगर आप हमारी वीडियोस हिंदी में देखना चाहते हैं तो हमारे दूसरे चैनल इजी स्विंग ट्यूटोरियल्स पर देख सकते हैं. चैनल का लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में है. Now without further ado, let's get into the video. Firstly, I'll cut the bodies, and for that I have cut out the required length. In my measurement, body's length is 14 inch. For this top, you need to take 1 or 1.5 inch more for body's length. So I have taken it 15.5 inch and 1 inch extra for seam allowance. And I have folded the fabric twice in width. Now I'll mark the measurements. For shoulder, take half of shoulder width. In my measurement, shoulder width is 13.5 inch. So half of it is 6.75 inch. I'll deduct 0.25 inch as this is strap bodies. So I'll mark a point at 6.5 inch. Neck width is 3.5 inch. Mark half inch downwards for shoulder slope and join it to the neck width point. From this point, mark half of armhole round, that is 7 inch in my measurement. From the top, mark a point at 10.5 inch shoulder to burst point and 14 inch shoulder to waist point. Now I'll mark the round measurements. For chest, I'm adding 2 inch of ease. In my measurement, chest round is 31 inch. 31 plus 2 is 33 and dividing it by 4, I'll get 8.25 inch. For burst, I'm adding 3 inch of ease. In my measurement, burst round is 32 inch. 32 plus 3 is 35 and dividing it by 4, I'll get 8.75 inch. For waist, again I'm adding 3 inch of ease. In my measurement, waist round is 28 inch. 28 plus 3 is 31 and dividing it by 4, I'll get 7.75 inch. Join these points. Give slight curve to this pointed shape. Also mark the body's length. Extend waist till bottom, adding 1 inch for seam allowance. Now I'll draw back armhole curve. Mark center on the shoulder to shoulder slope point. This is around 3 inch. So midpoint will be half of it, that is 1.5 inch. Front neck depth is 8 inch, adding half inch for seam allowance. From the center point, I'll mark a point at. From the center point, mark 5.5 inch downwards. This is strap length. You can change it as per your choice. So this is sweetheart shape. Join this point with the armhole as well. So this is front neck marking. Now for back, I'll mark the neck depth, that is 7 inch, adding half inch for seam allowance. And I'll join it to this point with the slight curve like this. So this is the marking for strap bodies. Now I'll cut it. Firstly, I'll cut the back neck. Keep around 0.25 inch for seam allowance. You can cut the pattern on the paper and then on the fabric. I just wanted to explain properly, so I've marked whole body's measurement. So I've cut the back neckline. Now I'll separate the back. Fold the front again. Match all sides. Now I'll cut front neckline, leaving 0.25 inch for seam allowance. And with this, body's cutting is complete. Now I'll cut the ruffle. For this top, I'm adding gathered ruffle. And for this, I just need a rectangular piece of fabric. Length is your choice. I've taken it 10 inch and 1 inch extra for seam allowance. And for width, this is 20 inch. Width depends how much gathers you want, how much volume you want in your top. So you should take at least double the waist measurement. If you don't get required width in a single piece of fabric, then just cut 2 or 3 pieces and join them together. So with this, cutting off my top is complete. Now I'll stitch it. Firstly, I'll finish the neckline. And for that, I've cut out bias tape from the same fabric. Place the bias tape on the neckline, right sides together, and make a stitch. So I made a stitch. Now fold it like this and make a stitch on the inner edge. Also mark small cut on the center of the neckline to fold bias tape easily. So I made a stitch. Now I'll trim the excess fabric. Fold the bias tape towards the wrong side of the neckline and make the final stitch. Similarly, I'll finish the back neckline. So I finished front neckline and back neckline. Now I'll finish the ruffle. Fold the seam allowance fabric twice and make a stitch on the inner edge. So I made a stitch. Now on the other side of the ruffle, I'll make a basting stitch to add gathers. Just select the highest stitch length on your sewing machine and make a straight stitch. So I made a stitch. Now pull the bobbin thread and add gathers. Adjust gathers according to the body's waist. I have finished the ruffle and I have adjusted gathers according to the body's waist. Now I'll join ruffle with the bodies. Both ways should match together. Now place bodies on the ruffle, right sides together, and make a stitch on the waist round. So I've overlocked it. Now keep the seam allowance direction towards the bodies and make a top stitch. Now remove the pasting stitch and similarly attach the back bodice and ruffle. So I have attached bodice and ruffle on both front and back side. Now place back on the front, right sides together and make side fitting seam. While stitching, leave 1 to 1.5 inch of fabric on the top on both sides, as we have to finish armholes. So I have stitched side fitting seam on both sides. Now I'll finish armholes, and for that I have cut out bias tape from the same fabric. I'll use the same bias tape as a strap, so include the length of strap in bias tape as well. Bias tape width is 1.75 inch and I have folded and ironed the seam allowance on both sides, and this is how it looks. Now place the bias tape on the armhole, right sides together, and make a stitch. So I have attached bias tape on the front armhole. Now I'll continue this bias tape as a strap. In my measurement, strap length is 5 inch, 5 for front and 5 for back. So I'll measure and mark a point at 10 inch. Now I'll attach rest of the bias tape with the back armhole. So I've attached the bias tape and this is how it will look. Now keep the seam allowance direction towards the bias tape. Fold it over and make a stitch on the inner edge. Continue the stitch on the strap as well. So I've attached the strap. You can also make stitch on the other side or you can just iron it. Now I'll finish the side fitting seam. Similarly, I'll attach the strap on the other side. So with this, my top is ready and this is how it looks. I've paired it with white t-shirt and I just love the end result. If you want me to make more variations, then do let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching guys. I hope you like this video. If you do, give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and do subscribe our channel for more such videos, and I'll see you soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.